Hello, and welcome to another Ask Us Anything Live with me, Kate R, for Intrepid English. I'm the senior teacher with Intrepid English, and every Friday I go live and I talk about a grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation point. Now, it could be a question from one of my students, or it could be something that we think is going to be really interesting for you this month. And of course, if you like these videos, I would absolutely love it if you can click the like and subscribe button so you can be notified when I or one of my wonderful colleagues puts a new video on our website, so on our YouTube channel, so that you can get the most out of all this wonderful material we put on YouTube for you to empower you in English. So today I'm actually going to talk about an interesting point that came up with a wonderful student of mine. We were talking about sheep. I know, a little random in a lesson, but there you go. And I was talking about how there's safety in numbers because sheep will always want to be in a flock, in the group, in a big group of sheep, in which we call a flock of sheep, because it's safer against wolves. And then my student asked me, well, that's a specific word? You have to use flock with sheep. And I said, yes, when you're talking about the group of sheep, you say flock of sheep. You say flock of birds. We say a flock of pigeons. But then he asked, well, what do you call a group of cows? And I say, well, cows, it's a herd of cows. It's a herd of cattle. It's a herd of antelope. It's a herd of deer. It's a herd of goats. It's a herd of elephants. So we have these different names for the groups of animals. So, for example, when we're talking about wolves, we would say a pack of wolves. We'd also call a pack of dogs, a pack of hyenas. But when we're talking about lions, we call it a pride of lions. Okay, so we have these different names, and it's really interesting. So we also say a school of fish. Okay, we don't talk about a group of fish in the sea, we say a school of fish. We would say a family of foxes, or a den of foxes, or a family of otters. But then we would use colony when we were talking about beavers. So we say a colony of beavers, a colony of ants, a colony of rats, a colony of bats. Okay. But when we're talking about dolphins and whales in the sea, we would call them a pod of dolphins, a pod of whales. But then in the trees, we would say a troop of monkeys. And we would also say actually a troop of kangaroos in Australia. And then we have some special ones, some special nouns that are only with certain animals or insects. So, for example, we will only say a hive of bees because we would say a nest of wasps, a nest of hornets, but a hive of bees. So that's why the place where the bees are is called a beehive, because it's a hive of bees. We also or only say a murder of crows. That's very specific, a murder of crows. I think that might come from Shakespeare. We also say a dazzle of zebras, which I love, a dazzle of zebras, or a parliament of owls. And that's very specific to owls. So, it's a little random at this part of English, and I don't think it's very often spoken about, but it is important to use the right collective noun with the right animal. So those are just a few of my favorites, and obviously you can search online for more of them or go into the dictionary. But it is a useful fact to know that you have to use the right collective noun with the right animal. And if you have any questions that you would like to be answered, please don't hesitate to comment below so that I can then answer your questions in English. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and see you next Friday.